Hello, this is Mrs. Taylor, and I'm just going to give you a quick video explanation of comparing graphs of linear equations. So in this Desmos activity, we had the first slide was just a graph of 3 different linear equations, and then we went through a series of questions. So the first one was, which equations have the same y-intercept? Y-intercept, that's where the lines cross the y-axis. So it would be along this vertical axis, and it is this red line and this green line. Those two lines have the same y-intercept. And then the next question said, which has the steepest slope? And keep in mind that positive and negative does not matter. So in other words, this red and blue line, they're both negative sloped lines. If you move from left to right, they are decreasing. And this green one has a positive slope. It is increasing left to right. But when you're talking about steepness, you're talking about the greatest rate of change, no matter if it's positive or if it's negative. So when I compare these 3 lines and I'm talking about rate of change, this blue line has a greater slope. If I was on a go-kart and I was riding this line downhill, this blue line would give me the fastest ride. So the blue line has the steepest slope. Next question, which line has a positive slope? So kind of what I said before, where if you are reading a line left to right, and that's how you read a graph, just like you read a sentence, left to right. If I start on the left, which line is increasing left to right? As I have an increase in my x's, what is the y doing? And this red line is the only one that has increasing y values from left to right. Next question, which line is increasing from left to right? Same line, just a different way of asking the question. Positive slope, increasing left to right. That's the red line. Next question asked, which lines are decreasing from left to right? Well, it's the other two, the blue and the green line. If you start on the left and you move to the right, we have a decrease, downhill, downward traveling. What is the y-intercept of the line with the positive slope? So you have to be careful here. You have a couple of parts. Y-intercept, that's where it crosses the y-axis, our vertical axis, but they want to know the positive sloped line. So remember, we identified that as the red line, so that's this point right here, and we want to answer as a coordinate pair. So my x value should be 0 because it's a y-intercept, and it crosses at -2, so my y value is -2. The last question was, what is the x-intercept of the line with a positive slope? So same line, red line, but we want the x-intercept, which is where it crosses the x-axis, the horizontal axis. And so when we look here, it crosses at 5. I'm going to edit this. That would be the coordinate pair 5, 0. 5 is your x value. It's the x-intercept. Makes sense that the first number, which is your x, should be 5, and then your y value is 0 because that would be the y value of any x-intercept. So that's just a really quick video explanation of this Desmos.